Bourdain was one of your heroes. Can you speak to what inspired you about him?
Yeah, he wrote a book called Digital Confidential in the 90s. I was in cooking school at the time. It was so, he romanticized his cooking in the restaurant so well. His writing is great. He kind of got me into, like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that. It was cool. So, got into cooking school, got more engaged in it. And I was like had this FOMO feeling of I wanted to experience what it's like to be in the back. Like when you're in cooking school, you're in the back. They had a restaurant we would serve people, but it's not the same thing as actually being in a real restaurant. It's like you're in a submarine with your teammates. You got to win tonight. Like it's a real energy. And so that was a big inspiration. I followed him over. It's so sad that he chose to end his life. But I also had met with him a few times, not like one-on-one over dinner or anything, but just like met with him and just felt this love for food and truly just love for food.
He gave the advice of don't be afraid, get excited, and cook with love.
Yeah, I've used that phrase, especially the cook with love one. I mean, one of the things about we talked about this earlier, where you get quick, tangible feedback from a customer when you're in the restaurant. I know when I didn't put love into that dish. I know when one of my line cooks did not put love into that part of the dish. I know when that expert person did not put love into double checking just before putting it on the table. You just know. And cook with love is when you do it for your family. Oh, actually, especially when you do it for your family, the food doesn't have to be perfect, but you're cooking with love.
Very well scrambled eggs.
I do that.
That's in the book. Kimball's scrambled eggs.
Yes.
You promised to make me scrambled eggs, and I'll hold you to it.
That's great.
A cooking school you mentioned, the French Culinary Institute. I heard it was a bit of a rough experience in parts.
I would call it. It's not a rough experience in that.
In a beautiful way.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's not like I'm a victim of it. It's rough in that they intentionally make it rough. So the school costs the same price as Harvard. You show up. It's an 18-month program. You are allowed to drop out at any time. You don't get your money back. 25 people started. 6 people graduated. And the people who graduated, I graduated with, man, there were times where I'm like, I can't handle it. I would literally say to my friends, oh, I gotta go to cooking school. I'm gonna go get screamed at for the next 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah.
And I had this little French chef who was my nemesis.
Is he still living in your head somewhere?
He was in my head, exactly. He's only not. He was 5'2" or something. And I remember him screaming so much at me that he's like the short guy, I'm 6'5". The spittle would land on my face, and I would just have to stand there, and take it. It was a very humbling experience. I did learn though that it's intentionally rough, so it took a little bit of the edge over one day when that same chef had come over to me and said, move over a little bit, and then I moved over, and he took my carrots, whatever, and started chopping everything, like perfectly. And then he said, okay, then come back, and then he went over to someone else and started screaming at them, saying that, look, even kibble